guys, we're broadcasting live. Woo! Welcome to OUTC's first ever Google Plus Hangout. Oh my god! Amazing! So we're coming at you live. We're all in the Bay Area except Luke, who I think he has devil horns on. He's coming to you safely from New York. No longer affected by Sandy. Those are great goggles, Rudy. So here's the format, guys. I hope that you're looking at us live from our Google Plus Hangout, or our Google Plus page. If you have any questions for us to answer, make sure that you post it on that page. We're going to check them at the end of the Hangout and answer them as best we can. And then we're going to introduce ourselves starting up, and then we will also go over the application section by section, and then we're going to do the question. Oh, then we're going to hear from one of our campus ambassadors who was also an attendee from our last year's conference, and so he'll talk about his experience there, and then we'll answer questions. So let's see, I can go first. My name is Nick. If you went to the conference last year, you will remember me as the first organizer that you saw. I picked everyone up on the bus. I'm directing the community effort now. Last year I did kind of a lot of logistics. And this year we're trying to bring everyone together and make OUTC something really fabulous kind of all year long. I went to Brown University, and I currently am working sales here in Silicon Valley. And let's see, do I have a funny fact about myself? So I used to be a professional ballet dancer, and now I work in tech, so it makes total sense, right? So let's see, who's next? Who wants to go next to introduce themselves?
I do.
All right, Corey, yay.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Corey, and I went to Stanford, and I work at a tech company in marketing here in the Bay Area. Fun fact, I'm from Mississippi in the middle of nowhere, and I made it to San Francisco, so did something right.
Great, and Corey, why are you doing OUTC?
So I'm doing OUTC mainly because, when I went to Stanford, I studied sociology, and I really wanted to work in tech and didn't think that there was a place for me there, but I actually learned a lot more about it since then and have found the perfect kind of combination between what I studied and working in tech. And so I think OUTC is a great opportunity for me to kind of extend that experience to others who may not be techie, but are interested in tech nonetheless.
So you're saying that there's some people who may not be interested in, or who may not be techie, but who are interested in working in tech careers?
Yeah, there are a few. I met a couple of those guys. They're kind of cool, and I was like, oh, okay, I could be one of you.
Oh my goodness. Matt, what do you think about that? That's crazy.
Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Matt. I am one of these techie guys. So my background is I went to Stanford and I studied computer science. And as a former student, I really wished there was OUTC back when I was studying. I had friends who went to OUBC, and I thought the whole idea of getting LGBT students together to learn about potential career paths and know that they can be their true self at work was just really amazing to me. So I wanted to go just for that aspect, but the fact that that exists now in the industry I want to be in, the industry that I am in fact in right now, is awesome. Now I work at Facebook as a software engineer. And for OUTC, both last year and this year, I'm working on event programming. Last year was just pulling the event together and making it all happen for the first time, which is really exciting. This time we're scaling up the event. We want it to be bigger. It's going to go for 2 more days, so there's a lot more planning work needs to be done. A lot more exciting opportunities for us to offer really great in-depth both tech content and content to help all the students coming meet each other, build LGBT community, and come away with a really great experience.
That's really great. I think, round of applause everyone for Matt. Thank you so much. And our angel right there. Matt, who's that guy sitting next to you?
So this here is Tim.
Hey everyone, I'm Tim. I work at Facebook with Matt. I'm not an engineer, but I work on the university recruiting team here, so I have seen a lot of resumes. I've talked to a lot of candidates, and I'm actually going to be going to the resume section actually later during this Q&A session. So I went to Cornell University, and I actually grew up in Cupertino in the Bay Area, so I'm pretty familiar with Silicon Valley in that respect there.
Great. And how about our, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Facebook boys. How about our angel over there? Who's that?
Hey everyone, I am Rudy. I love it. I'm the executive director of the conference, and I am just thrilled that we are having another OUTC. Last year was the first one, and we pulled together this bunch of misfits you see here, and devils and birthday friends, and Dr. Seuss's, and put on a great conference last year. And I think we're gonna have an even bigger and better conference this year, and I'm just super thrilled about it. I'm a student at the Stanford Graduate School of Business, and I grew up in the Northeast. Woo! Grew up in the Northeast, and moved to California, and started working in tech. And I love it out here. I love tech, and I'm super thrilled to meet all of you when you come to the conference in February.
Great job, Rudy. Thanks so much. Who are we missing? How about so we talked to the angel of the group. Why don't we talk to that devil over there?
Hey guys, my name is Luke Patton. I went to New York University, and I'm originally from Houston, Texas, so traveled a bit of ways. I'm a technology consultant at a company called Capgemini, and I'm in charge of sponsorships for this year. So making sure that we bring in amazing companies, bring in a lot of great engineers and recruiters and potential mentors. All I can say now, I don't want to give out the full list of sponsors yet, but you're going to be shocked by some of the amazing companies that are coming back and some of the incredible companies that are coming for the first time. We're really expanding the field. Absolutely, and it's just going to be an amazing, amazing event, and they really, really want to meet you, so make sure to apply.
That's really great, Luke. Oh, are you sure you can't tell us any of the sponsors? No little hint or anything like that?
Well, I will say that thus far, we are our three diamond sponsors this year are Yahoo, which will be returning from last year. Stack Exchange will be another diamond sponsor, and then Facebook will be a diamond sponsor this year. So you all will have an entire Sunday dedicated to the diamond sponsors and any other diamond sponsors that come on. So we're building the full list now, and it's just going to get more diverse, and wherever you want to work in tech, we'll have a company there for you.
What a wonderful pageant answer. So speaking of pageant queens, who's that gorgeous thing over there? Where is she? Where'd Annie go?
I think she was having connection issues, guys.
Uh-oh. Well, how about that gorgeous thing right there at the Starbucks?
Who? What? Okay. Hey. Hey, everyone. My name is Kevin. I'm helping do the marketing and student recruitment along with my friend Annie, who disconnected by accident. I work at a cloud storage kind of document managing.
Sorry, that was for Annie.
Oh, okay. I thought it was for my company. I didn't. And I do platform development, so sort of like business development for our platform. I'm working with a lot of developers. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm really excited about OUTC, growing the student base, meeting all of you guys who hopefully are watching. And I can actually pass it over to Annie right now.
Oh my goodness.
I need am I on? We should scoot together.
Are you guys just hanging out at Starbucks?
We're just hanging out.
Just hanging out? That's great. Yeah, us too. Great.
Isn't that wonderful? Fun fact for the day, my internet just broke from outside, so I'm back inside Starbucks being a disruption to people. Cool.
Which is why we need you kids to apply to fix this internet.
Fix our Starbucks free Wi-Fi.
AT&T, diamond sponsor.
Oh. Hi everyone, I'm Annie. I went to the University of Pennsylvania, graduated in 2008. I'm really excited to be on the student recruitment team. I'm partnering with Kevin, who you guys just met. If you also hear some crazy static in the background, they're grinding some beans at Starbucks.
It's not grinder.
This is real. This is real life. This is real life. So at any rate, I don't know, fun fact. Once upon a time in an old job, I was asked to do 2 truths and a lie. And one of the things that I had mentioned was that I have 42 pairs of shoes that are over 5 inches heeled. And everyone thought that was true. It's not true. That's my fun fact.
Well, that's great. I think we got all the organizers, but I think one of these things is not like the other, guys. What do we have over there in that Dr. Seuss hat? Who is that? What are you doing here?
All right, my name is Sasha, and I'm just a lowly student. I go to Vanderbilt University, and I'm just one of the ambassadors for. I'm the ambassador for my campus, and the reason I'm involved in OUTC is because I had such a great time last time. It was so influential on me that I just wanted to get out there and try to spread it to as many people as I can and have the same impact that my ambassador did to me last year.
Sasha, so you went to OUTC last year?
I did, and it was amazing. It was a great time.
Oh, that's great. Why was it amazing? I mean, can you give us a little tidbit about what you might be talking about later with your experience?
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but there's a few things. I mean, I think obviously all the organizers were great, and it was a lot of fun riding on the bus. That was a great thing. Just from right off the bat, it was a good intro. Basically, anytime you have to sign an NDA, you're doing something cool. I'll leave it at that for now. It was a great experience all around. Great peers, organizers. So I'll mention more about that.
That's great. Well, thanks, Sasha, for joining us today. I can't wait to hear more about your experience later. I think we've got all the introductions done, so now that everyone knows who we are and everything about us, I think we need to talk about the application, which is where we, as organizers, get to know you, the students. So first up, I think we have Corey talking about the personal information section. So Corey, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so hi everyone again. My name is Corey, and I'm going to talk to you about the personal info section of the application. So after you click through the link and enter your email address and verify it, you'll be brought to the full application. You'll notice that we ask for a secondary email address if you have one, as well as your legal first name, middle name, last name, and also a preferred first name and your phone number. It's important to note that we do require your legal first name just for legal reasons, but we also want your preferred name if it's different so that we can put it on your name tag and to be sure to respect those requests. Other than that, it's straightforward. Just be sure to tell us who you are.
Sounds great. So I'm glad we have the preferred first name this year. It's a change from last year. That's a result of some feedback that we got, and we'll also be including pronoun preference as well. So I think we have Next is academic information. Matt, is that you?
That'll be me talking about academic information. First off, we do want to know where you go to school when you're graduating and what you study, just to get sort of a quick overview of where you're coming from. We really want applicants from lots of different schools, and while we will focus on applicants who show promise in sort of the field of tech, we will consider applicants from all majors as well. And as far as year of graduation goes, our companies that are sponsoring are often interested in students from a variety of years. We want students who may be freshmen or sophomores who are just starting to apply, as well as juniors and seniors who are have a lot under their belt and would make great candidates for internships or full-time positions at our companies. We also want to know more about what you do at your school. So first off, tech clubs, association memberships, and leadership positions. So if your school has a computer science group like an ACM, or a sort of general science technology group like OSTEM, or any group that you're in or that you lead that has anything to do with tech, or just or even a group that you just are in a leadership position of and you're very proud of your involvement is and you think it showcases some of your best skills, definitely include that here. Known programming languages. So we want, if you have programming experience, that's a quick way to give us just an overview of programming experience you've gotten through classes you've taken or that you've learned on your own or done through projects. And awards or honors in coding competition participation. So we definitely want to find the students who are really gung-ho about coding and do it not just in classes or projects, but also just in their free time for fun, because that's what they're really passionate about. And I think coding competitions and similar awards and honors are a really great way to demonstrate that to us. Lastly, we would want to get an idea of your academic performance through test scores, so SAT scores or ACT scores if you have those, as well as your GPA for your college so far.
Great, that was really, really helpful. Thanks so much, Matt. So, you know, even if I have some crazy major that doesn't have anything to do with tech, I can still apply?
Yep.
Oh, okay, great. Oh my gosh, totally clear now. That's really wonderful. Okay, so I think up next, what do we have? We've got conference information. So this is pretty key since the conference is happening in the Bay Area. And I remember talking to a lot of people last year who it was their first time to California, which is great. Go West, young man, woman, and everything in between. So Kevin, I think that's you. Are you ready to talk about conference information?
Yeah. So basically, as Nick noted, we do have the conference in Silicon Valley at Facebook's headquarters. And so what we want to understand is, you know, A, whether or not you'll be applying for a travel scholarship to actually get here. So if you're from outside the area, we try and give out scholarships to subsidize travel and accommodations while you're at the conference. We also want to understand if you do get those accommodations, you know, what are your preferences for who you'd like to room with, as well as any other special needs or accommodations for the conference. I think that's everything, right?
You know, where's the conference going to be? You know.
Oh, you want actual conference information? I thought.
Yeah, some kind of, you know.
Yeah. So.
For a travel scholarship. I want to know where I have to apply to. Okay.
So you can apply for the travel scholarship through the application. You also will need to attach your resume at the very end of the application for that. If you don't get the travel scholarship, you are obviously still able to come to the conference. We try and cover as many students as we can. Again, it's hosted at Facebook's headquarters in Menlo Park, so we try and make sure we can put you up there nearby. And I know that this year we're actually hoping to do 2 days for the conference, so you know, we want to make sure that we're able to host you out here and get you here for that whole weekend.
So, like, it's like if I go to Berkeley, or if I go to Cal, or if I go to Stanford, if I go to Santa Clara, like, do I get to apply for a travel scholarship?
You can try. No, I'm just kidding. So actually, local area students, we prefer that they don't try and apply for those scholarships, given that it's fairly easy to get to the conference. We really want to reserve that money for the students that need to actually travel from afar. And afar is really just outside the Bay Area.
Oh, so like if I go to Cal or if I go to Stanford or whatever, like I can just come to one day of the conference too? That's fine?
No, we would like you to come to both, even though you're in the area. Again, we're going to have programming spanning both days that's different, and obviously going to hit different kind of skill sets and different, you know, we're going to have, well, actually, I don't want to go over programming stuff because that's their area, which they'll get into, but we're going to have a lot of different things happening on both days, so we'd really love for you to be present at both, even though, you know, you won't be put up in a hotel.
Motel, Holiday Inn. Okay, give it up for Stanford and Berkeley. Thank you for being my, you know, my little guinea pigs here. Okay, aren't these glasses just wonderful? There we go.
Nick, you look fabulous, Nick.
Thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. You know, I this whole thing I just picked it out this morning.
I love it.
Okay, so up next, thank you so much, Kevin, for allowing me to grill you. That's great. I think we have, ooh, this is kind of juicy. Question number 1. Because now I was like looking at that application and it said something like, what do you hope to achieve in the tech industry in the next 5 years? That's a pretty laudable question. Uh-oh, Starbucks is ready. Here comes Starbucks.
Oh gosh, I know.
Annie, get your gun. Are you ready
She is.
to help these children answer this question?
Yes. So we are talking right now just to make sure we're actually sharing one speaker headset right now at the moment.
That's commitment right there. That is commitment.
We're sharing is caring.
Working in Silicon Valley, trying to make it back to the city.
We're just making it work. We're
that
bootstrap
symbiotic.
startup people.
We're that symbiotic as one.
This is.
Are you guys attached at the hip?
I mean, right now, a little bit.
Okay, so question 1, Annie, go. Tell us more. Help these kids answer this question.
Wonderful. So, so everyone on the call, basically, what we would love to know from the, tell us about your interest in the tech industry and what you hope to achieve in the next 5 years. We know, the whole "where do you want to be 5 years from now" question can often be kind of lofty, especially if you're, closer into having just started your undergrad career. But basically, we just want to know what you're passionate about. Something that we all get excited about in the tech industry is that really the possibilities are endless. The innovation opportunities across like cloud computing and storage and communication opportunities and ways that technology can help other countries or the ways that it can help other parts of society or even just grow dollars and improve the American economy. There's so many different ways for you to be excited about what you can do in the tech industry, and we just want to know what exactly gets you really excited. We're going to have a really cool, diverse representation of folks from our team who work all over the tech industry, from startups to Fortune 500 giant brands, and as well on the vendors and sponsors side, we're going to have lots of different organizations, different companies that are there representing what they do and what they're excited about. So we just want to know, what sector of the industry you hope to be a part of when you graduate, or even before you graduate.
And all that in 250 words or less. That's
yes,
great.
Ma'am. It sure is.
I guess we'll be looking at what you include, but also what you don't include. My goodness.
Indeed.
That's important too.
Being succinct and choiceful.
Do it, Annie. That was a great answer. Thank you so much. So I think we're up to question number 2 now. It was going between Matt and Annie. They had a little cat fight over it earlier. Who was going to answer it? Who won that cat fight?
I don't know. Either of us can answer.
Do you guys want to have a cat fight now?
I think Matt should answer.
All right, let's take a look at question 2. Question 2 reads, please tell us in 250 words or fewer what attending OUTC and meeting LGBTQ mentors would mean to you in your personal and professional development. So OUTC is not just a tech conference, it is also an LGBT conference. So you get to meet other LGBT people, being fellow students, organizers, and volunteers from our sponsors, some of whom are tech professionals, some of whom are recruiters, some of whom are very hard to summarize in a title because they're just out there in the role doing amazing things. And all these people are really excited to meet you all as students and help foster this growing, forming community of LGBT tech professionals. So as part of this conference, we expect that you want to really get something out of this community. You want to leverage the connections that you're making, both in terms of using it to boost your career, as well as using it to solidify your ideas as to what you want to do in your life, why you like tech, why tech is exciting, where tech is going. There's a lot of things you can learn from people who have been there for a few years or been there for a long time, and especially been in the same shoes as you as an LGBT person. So sort of based on your thoughts around your goals in this whole broad category of excitement, that's what this question is all about.
That was a fabulous pageant answer, Matt. Thank you so much for that insight. I think next, what do we have? Ooh, we're going to stay in the same screen. Timmy, tell us about resumes. What's going on? You're a recruiter at Facebook. What do you look for? What are we going to be looking for with OUTC?
Yeah, definitely. I could talk about that. So with resumes, what's really interesting is that we want to see what makes you stand out. So it's very common for you for people to put on their coursework on their resume, but remember that everyone who's going to that same school and most people going through that same curriculum of computer science or not, right? Like kind of are going through the same courses. So what we really want to see is like things that you've done on your own. If you have any cool projects, if you started any organizations, if you founded a company even, put that in there. Even if you have like a failed attempt of making an app, then put that in there. Put that you had projects and that you were interested in competitions or going to hackathons. Those are the kind of things that would really would make you stand out. And that's something that I would recommend putting on your resume as well.
So even if they failed at making an app, they put that in?
Yeah, what's interesting is that people don't realize that the fact that you attempted to make something or actually went out there and tried to build something puts you far ahead of people who just kind of go through the what they're supposed to do, right? Which is just like going through classes. We don't just look at GPA, obviously. We look at like a holistic approach towards.
Don't just look at GPA. That's great.
Preferably keep it on one page. It's not like we won't look at all the pages if you have more than one, but it's just for technical reasons. When we have a resume binder for our sponsors, then it's just very easy for them to go through one page and make sure that no important information that you really value is left off. So that's the main reason why we want to keep it at one page. But other than that, I guess that's all I have for resumes. Oh, also, yeah. Sorry, one last thing. Please use a PDF format.
That's PDF format, everyone. Well, that sounds great. I think we covered the entire application. Luke, Rudy, do you have anything to add? Rudy the angel, look at that, my goodness. And Luke the devil. These, this is kind of crazy.
I would only point out that
yes.
Make sure the earlier you apply, the better your chances are of attending the conference. So the earlier you get on the application, the better it is for you.
That's great.
And I would add as well that we are not looking for anything other than just like your honest, authentic answers. There's no right or wrong answer to any of these questions. There's no right or wrong resume. We just kind of want we want you to bring your full self to the conference, and we hope that you bring your honest full self to the application process as well.
That's great. Well, thanks everybody. So I think up next we have Sasha. Sasha, have you looked at the application yet?
I have actually. Yeah, not too daunting. Should be able to get it out as soon as possible.
Wait, so
interesting.
Student to student, it's okay?
What's okay?
I said, like student to student, because we're talking to students here right now. You can be like, girl, this is fine, like, don't even worry. How long is it going to take for you to get done, do you think?
Oh, I mean, you definitely want to make sure you put in the effort to, like, cover your bases, make sure you're really getting yourself out there, but it shouldn't take too long. I think if you, depending on how much you want to get into it, you should be able to do it in, like, 2 hours time.
Okay.
If you really put effort into those questions, that's how much I think. No, it's definitely, for what you get out of it, it's no big deal at all.
So you're saying it's worth your while. That's great. So
definitely worth it.
Speaking of what you get out of it, you got something out of it last year. You were at Facebook. You were with most all of us, some new faces here on the organizer team. Tell us more about your experience last year.
Well, I was thinking there's just so many great things about it that it's going to be impossible for me to cover everything, but I just want to go over some of my favorite parts of it, just, in a little quick summary. But I really encourage everyone who's even remotely interested to apply and try to get out there, because it was such a great experience for me. Right off the bat, one of the first things I noticed is how just friendly everyone was, the organizers and the peers and everyone. And I think part of what made the experience so great for me was getting to meet people from all over the country. I mean, people coming from these great schools, and everyone just has these great stories about what they're doing, about what they hope to achieve in the next couple of years, just like their dreams. And you really get to talk to people, just see everyone's doing something amazing, but everyone's really down to earth about it too, and really friendly. It's just great. I really had a great time just talking to people, just seeing what was up with them, and you really see like being part of the LGBT community, you have a lot of common experiences, and so sharing that is great too. Other than just being on campus was amazing. It was really just like kind of surreal. Like I said earlier, signing the NDA was the first thing we did. Made me realize like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like we're doing something really cool here. We did these things last year. I'm not sure what the program is going to be this year, but we did these breakout sessions, which was awesome because you get to put on the application what you're interested in, and you guys organized us into these great little sessions where we actually had a talk from one of the, I think, founders of Mozilla, who was talking about some project that he worked on, and just in a room full of maybe, I'd say 15 people, just like hearing these 2 or 3 people just like talking about the difficulties they had with some, I don't remember the specifics exactly, with some coding project they had, and just like how it seemed like it was going to be impossible to overcome, and just how they set their deadlines, how they overcame. It was really a great, inspiring story. Just great things like that. There was another one I went to, it was about entrepreneurship, starting your own like a startup sort of thing, and how you want to go down that route. And again, like the organizers and the speakers too, they're all just as nice as the peers, as the students there. And so you really feel like it's just a community. I mean, being there with everyone in the big room is great, but when you get into those little small rooms, I think that was my favorite parts of the conference, because you really feel you're just part of this small community there, just listening to these great people talk about the great things that they've done, and you think like, wow, I can be part of that. Like I can be there one day. And it really is. It's just inspiring. One other thing I want to talk about is last year we had a great key speaker. It was Megan. I'm blanking on her full name right now, but I really, really, really enjoyed her talk too. It was really, really moving me. Definitely. She just really talked about some of the struggles she had and how she overcame that. And I mean, having gone through those, everyone, I'm having some, I think, connectivity issues. I hope I'm getting through it though.
Do you have a plug? Do you have a wired connection?
I'm plugged into the wire, but I don't know if it's using it. This is a really old laptop. I think even my network card might be broken. I'm sorry. Is the Wi-Fi not handling it?
Doing great. Doing great, kid.
All right. Hopefully the connection lasts. Try not to disconnect here. But yeah, just that was great too. And then just being in the room, we got to like bounce ideas off each other. Like we did this little resume exercise, and then we had the career fair where you get to meet and talk to some of the employees, some of the recruiters from the big companies, and that was great too. A lot of free stuff. I still wear my Adobe shirt all the time, and I have my little like Facebook bag. I kept all of those as souvenirs, but it's great getting to talk to those people too and seeing some of the opportunities that are out there. And I mean, I could just go on and on for hours about all the great things, but I really encourage everyone who's watching this to really just apply, and if you can come, great, and just experience it for yourself. You're not going to get too much from me talking, but if you get to do that firsthand, you'll really see that I'm not just making all this up. It really, really was a great experience. So yeah, definitely apply.
Thumbs up for Sasha. Yay, that was great. Well, I would love to say that as someone who helped organize the conference last year, and we did it in a record amount of time, that's really touching. So, thank you. That's really sweet. Okay, so I think we have everything covered. We did the intros. We talked about the application. We heard a really great recount of OUTC 2012 from someone who was actually there and who's still in your shoes, students, potential OUTC 2013 attendees. And I think, let's see, do we have any questions on our wall? I'm not sure that we do. Let's check. Oh, looks like we don't.
Nick, I have a question, and I know
wait. Rudy has a question.
And I know that we get asked this question all the time. And so the other part of the application that we didn't discuss is that at the end we ask students for money, right? Like we ask them for like $40, $50, $60, and if they're on scholarship, do they get that money back? Why do we ask for that money? I just think, who knows the answer to that?
Hey, Rudy. So I was in charge of student recruitment and marketing, and this is definitely a question that came through not just from students, but from students ambassadors. How do they talk about this fee? So historically, this tech conference and the business conference that we host in New York City, or our friends do over in New York City, have put in that fee as a sense, in a way to have some skin in the game. We really want students who are committed not only to the mission of OUTC, but the mission of self-fulfillment and personal growth and really expanding their network and learning about the Valley and the opportunity it affords. So we found that having that $50 fee is the best way to do as such. There's a caveat. If you are not accepted to OUTC, you receive a refund of that $50 fee. I believe it's $50 this year. That's really important because, in a sense, you get back that skin that you put in the game. So don't feel that you're going to lose out. If you do attend OUTC, we generally use that $50 that you've given us as a very kind gift from you, almost as a donation to take care of anything that our sponsors aren't able to handle. Generally, our food costs, so it's very easy.
And just to clarify, it's actually $40 fee for the early application and $60 for a regular application.
Beautiful. So it's 40. It goes from 40 to 60, and yeah. So don't feel like you're losing that $40 or that $60 just because you're applying, and that's the end all be all. You'll definitely get a refund if you're not accepted, but if you are accepted, we take that as a donation in the sense to pay for just a little bit. So there is a little bit of a payment there, but $40.
Yeah. If I assumed that like a campus job probably pays like $8 an hour, then that's like only 5 hours of working at a campus job. That's pretty doable.
Absolutely.
I think I have $40 right now.
Yeah, and then you get free.
I'm gonna buy right now early.
You get a free trip to Silicon Valley, right?
Or you can do like
Wow!
one of those psych studies where they just like pay you like $20 for doing like, hey, what's your favorite color? Ah, we judge you because you are psychologically, you know.
What was that, Sasha?
Don't recommend that. I've done. It used to be a psych major. I don't know if it's worth it.
They're a bit torturous.
Okay, don't do a psychological study. Yeah. What we need to do, though, if you're watching right now, if you have any questions, post it on our Google Plus page in the little comment right below the video. Because I think, let's check again. Are we there? Do we have any questions? Oh, wait a minute. No, just people adding us on there. Oh, hello. This is Kevin from Penn. I was wondering. Oh, this is exciting. Our first question. Kevin, can you hear us? Kevin, can you hear us? I was wondering whether you could speak a little more about the smaller presentation groups that Sasha was talking about. Thanks so much. P.S. You guys are awesome. Ah! Okay, so I think the question is about presentations. So Matt, I think you're doing programming this year, along with some other organizers.
Cool. Yeah. So what Sasha mentioned was the afternoon breakout sessions. Last year we had 8 breakout sessions over 2 time slots. The topics of these ranged from some of our top sponsors that were built interesting things came in and gave tech talks. So we had tech talks from Mozilla and from Palantir. We also had topics that were more focused on sort of various challenges or career options you have. So some of those topics were women in tech, grad school options, and non-technical roles at 10 companies. All of those went pretty successfully last year, and we do plan on offering the same or similar breakout sessions this coming year. But like I said before, the conference is now 2 days, so we have more time to do more things. So as part of that, there will be more breakout sessions. So this means more options for companies you can hear from. You can attend more sessions, so you can choose from hopefully more than 2 for this time around. We got the feedback on how breakout sessions went last year, and we're certainly incorporating that feedback and making our breakout sessions even more awesome, more engaging, and more immersive into the fascinating depths of the tech world. So look forward to that.
Wow, very insightful. That's great. I think, so Kevin from Penn said yes, thank you so much for asking. So I want to give a shout out to all our kids at Penn. Any other questions? I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm checking here. Thanks so much. Wow, he's really active on our walls. Someone's using Google Plus. Woo! Do we have any? Let's see. Do we have any other questions that we historically receive? Rudy, can you think of any right now?
Well, we get a lot of questions typically from once students are accepted. We get a lot of questions from students all about the travel. And I'm hoping that maybe Luke or Kevin could kind of explain a little bit more about how it works. And like, if I'm a student and I get accepted, should I then go book my own flights? Should I get my own hotel room? Like, how are you reimbursing me? Are you reimbursing me? Like, I get it that I got a scholarship, but like, how does it actually work?
What does that $40 actually get you?
Do you want me to take this one, Nick?
Yes, do it.
Oh, great. So we actually have Amex Travel, which you'll be able to book your travel through. So we will actually give you a number to call where you will tell an agent that you're traveling under, for our conference. They will ask, where you're leaving from, where you're going to, and they will actually book your flight on your behalf. And sometimes a confirmation will be sent to us, but you should be all set. As for hotels, we've already pre-booked some hotel rooms. So as long as you get travel scholarship, you already have a hotel in your name. So you actually don't need to put out any money in advance for your travel or accommodation at all. We'll be sending on that information after your acceptance with the travel scholarship.
Great. And ooh, girl, we got she-mail. Oh my goodness, we got another question. All the way from Georgia Tech. Let's see, what does it say? It says, good evening. Good evening. This is Alfonso from the Georgia Institute of Technology. Exclamation point. I am the campus ambassador from Georgia Tech as well. Exclamation point. I would like for you to describe, hold up, the culture and fashion of the Bay Area. You won't see a lot of business suits, right? Just shirts and jeans? What do people wear? Let's see. Oh my goodness.
Nick, could you take this question?
Yeah, I absolutely could. I mean, as you can see, this old thing and this old thing are totally in these days. I remember when I first saw students last year, and if some of them are watching, I'm, nothing but love right now. Uh-oh, am I frozen? I think I am. Oh, look at me. I saw some suits, and I was like, oh my goodness, no way, don't do that. There were some ties. One girl from UCLA looked really good in her pumps. I was kind of jealous. But I would say just keep it casual. It's business casual. We are not, this isn't the business conference. This is definitely not finance. It's definitely not, corporate New York. Some people, if you want to dress up, you might wear a blazer if you want, with, an open button-up shirt. No, don't tie it up. If you want to wear a cute bow tie, I saw that. Some girls were wearing some cute bow ties last year. I would say feel comfortable being in front of some important people who may hire you, who may act as a reference, who will be advising you on your resume, who are working professionals in Silicon Valley. So, it's a small world. They may remember you from the conference in a couple years. Who knows? So look presentable. Definitely take a shower. That's kind of worth repeating. Definitely take a shower. Wear clean clothes. Don't wear wrinkled clothes. You might want to use that hotel iron. Testify. Whoa! You might want to, dress to impress, but don't look like you work in a bank, because you don't, and you kind of don't want to. Yeah. How is that? Is that okay, Alfonso? Thumbs up for Georgia Tech. Okay, any other questions? I wonder. Let's see. Oh, that one got +4. Love that. Well, I think we have about 13 more minutes in the presentation. I don't know. What can we do, guys? Anything else to talk about? Anything else? Memories from last year from some of the organizers? Silence.
I'll speak about my most distinct memory from going to the conference was being inside of the Matt or Tim, you can tell me what this is. It's like the Act Fast, Break Things hallway that was in Facebook. I don't know, you guys. It's not a real name. You should really just call it after somebody like Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah, the conference rooms, that part of the conference we're in last year, are named after some of Facebook's company slogans. So one is "Be bold" and one is "Move fast, be open."
So I believe, students were coming in to move fast and be open, and
Right.
It was a really powerful moment when I saw all of you fantastic students coming around the corner, and people were wearing gingham, and there were beautiful dresses and pink hair and T-shirts of all these different schools.
Pink hair.
Yeah. And just nervous faces from these students who've never been to California, never been to Silicon Valley, who have a real passion for this. And that was a really powerful moment. And I can only imagine what it must have been like for the nervous, anxious students who are walking up. And that was my favorite moment, finally seeing you guys in the flesh.
Well, I know that was one of my favorite moments too. It might be, you might think that we're all crazy aliens, these organizers, but we're real people too. And we just got a question, another question from, these Penn kids are busy. Kevin asked again. Maybe you guys can talk about.
That's what's up, Penn.
Oh, snap! Okay. I think we just had a Penn shout out from a Penn alum. But Kevin asked, he says, maybe you guys can talk about the ideas behind starting OUTC. I don't know, Rudy, I think that's a really good question for you. What do you think?
Sure, I'll take it. Why did we start OUTC? Well, we had
Mm-hmm.
OUBC, which is our business conference in New York for students who are interested in banking and consulting and accounting. But just because you're LGBT, hey, we love them, okay?
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
But just because you're LGBT doesn't mean that you should want to work at a bank or a consulting firm. And so there are lots of people who are college students who have other career interests and other aspirations than those types of jobs. And so we wanted to create an opportunity for students who were interested in tech to come together in much the same way that we could do in New York for the students interested in business. And so luckily, we brought together an awesome team of people that you can see all over your screen right now, and they believed in the mission as much as I did, and we made it possible in 3 months. And we were really lucky to have amazing companies sponsor us, and 100 students take a chance on us in our first year and get on a plane and go to California for something that they didn't really know was what it was going to be. And I think everyone took a risk together, and it turned out to be a huge success. So that is why we started OUTC. And I hope that we can just make it bigger and better this year and all subsequent years.
Well, that's a great answer. Maybe we can talk a little bit about, we got a response from Alfonso. He said, thanks for your fabulous answer. I spent about an unmentionable amount of money. Let's see, and he wanted to dress to impress, and he saw that mostly everyone else was wearing a casual shirt and jeans, but he wasn't the only one who was fabulous. I thought that was really important to emphasize. Okay, well, thanks for that response. Yeah, I would say that the dress code is fabulous. Just be fabulous. Why, Rudy, you had such a great answer about why, we're doing OUTC. Maybe we could kind of poll some of the other organizers about, their hopes for this coming year, and also, what are you going to wear? Corey, why don't we start with you?
Yeah. So, given that this is my first year organizing OUTC, one of my hopes is that everything goes off without a hitch, and also that I get a chance to really meet some students that were in the same boat that I was in when I first came to school. Actually, was not knowing much about what I wanted to do, but knowing that I wanted to be in tech and not really knowing how to get there. And so I'm hoping that students come away from this with a clear understanding of how they can kind of tread forward with fulfilling their dreams of working in tech. Yeah. That's about it.
Great. Okay, Annie and Kevin. Canny, how about you guys?
Canny. Hi. We keep freezing in funny places. Oh dear.
Starbucks Internet. Kids, we
It's
need
the
you to come to
best.
OUTC to fix this. Fix the internet.
It's the best internet. It's free. Beggars can't be choosers. So
Look at our holiday decorations.
our holiday decorations. We're already in the middle of November, clearly. The holidays have begun. Sorry, what am I answering a slightly different question?
We're talking about, hopes and aspirations for this coming conference, and then maybe, what are you going to wear?
Well, what I'm going to wear is going to be utterly fabulous. As the only biological female on this call today, I guess I have sort of the sole responsibility of wearing as wonderful of shoes as possible. I have an addiction to giant shoes, and then it doesn't really matter what else I'm wearing, but it's probably going to be all black. There's going to be a lot of hardware, and yeah, and some Silicon Valley, San Francisco dwelling, some flair. There's going to be some flair. As far as what I am hoping to achieve with the conference this year, this is my first year as an organizer along with Corey, and the reason that I got involved was I was actually squatting on the conference last year. I got to sit and squat on some of the sessions, and it was really
Girl,
fabulous.
You could pop a squat at the conference last year.
Girl, that's what she has said.
Oh, snap.
But yeah, and it was really game changing for me. I've been involved in LGBT rights advocacy for a number of years in different capacities, and I've always wanted to do something with students who are younger. I have a little bit of experience doing college recruiting for a company that I was at before, and it was just really unbelievable to see such talent from so many students last year, from all different walks of life, from all different years and levels in school and all different majors. So it was really motivating for me, and I think I just want to see that grow and expand and see more people have opportunities to access people in the tech industry, get opportunities to network with recruiters and people who can really help jumpstart all of these awesome students' careers. So that's really what I hope to see happen. And also I want everyone to have a blast and make new friends and be my Facebook friends and stalk my profile, and I'll stalk yours back. The end.
Excellent. I can't wait to stalk your profile.
Hagar, thanks. I'm going to give this over to Kevin, and he can answer too.
Sorry about that. We are sharing the janky earpiece. So, can I get a recap of the question?
It's what do you hope to achieve?
Come on, Harvard. What is happening? We need you to talk about what you're trying to wear, and what are your hopes for the conference for this coming year?
I don't know. Probably some J. Crew or Banana Republic knockoff that everyone will make fun of me for being really East Coast and preppy at work about. I don't know, something like that. I see you, Ruby.
So both shoes and your sucker pants.
We're probably going to be wearing the same thing. That's probably what's going to happen.
There's actually 4 people on my team at work that are all from East Coast, and we all wear matching boat shoes. Everyone else thinks we're crazy.
So boat shoes are okay at the conference. You can wear that too.
They better be. They better be, or I'm coming shoeless.
I'm with you, Kevin.
Is that okay in tech? Thank you.
What up, Vandy?
Okay. Anyway. So my hopes. I think I was just really inspired by, when I was at school in the East Coast, I never really knew that Silicon Valley and technology and this whole alternate universe existed where work-life balance was a thing and going to work in casual wear and your output more than your face time in the office counts. I never knew that this existed, and on top of that I never knew that there was this sort of really crazy progressive bubble of companies that they're very open and accepting to you being out and being LGBT, and you don't really see that in a lot of the East Coast sort of old boy network industries. And so I was really inspired when I did an internship at Microsoft a long time back. But that's how I learned about tech, and I'm just so inspired to actually see these students come from all over the country and also sort of be indoctrinated into that culture and learn about it. It's really amazing. A good example of how this exists, which I think is cool, is my company likes to say, "Bring your wacky self to work," and it's like one of our big mottos, right? And some of the LGBT people at work say, "Bring your wacky and full self to work." So it's pretty cool that this culture exists, and I really just want to show it to everyone.
That's a great answer. Good job. So we haven't heard from our student ambassador in a while. Sasha, what's going over there in Tennessee?
Well, it was just funny when Ken was talking about preppy wear. I'm actually from California, so I grew up there. I'm in the East Bay, so I'm definitely going to look forward to coming back and being all casual again a little bit. Also, it's freezing here, so weather is another big. I'm going to love coming back to California. So I don't know, it's just really exciting. I'm really excited.
Sasha, what are you looking forward to the most out of this conference?
Well, I think I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the faces I met last time, but I'm also really looking forward to meeting some new people, because I know last year was only one day, and just in those few hours I met some people and talked to them. I still keep in touch with some of those people now, and I can only imagine being at a conference for days, what kind of connections I can make, what kind of friends I can make, and how where they'll take me. So I'm definitely really excited to meet you, and I'm also really, really excited to see what the organizers have in stock, because I know you're trying to go bigger and better. So it was already great last year. I can only imagine what's going to happen this February.
Great. Well, I think we're going to have, like you said, a bigger and better conference.